Fun portion of the show, 3 in-studio guests back to back to back. First, let's say hello to royalty, the reigning defending Bellator women's flyweight champion, IlimaLei Macfarlane. How are you? Let's shake hands.
Hello.
Have a seat. This is so much fun. So great to have you right over there. You can put the microphone up to your face so that we can hear you.
Okay.
How's that?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little low there. Can you get it a little higher?
I don't know. Okay.
You're strong. You're a fighter.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Was it good?
That's good, yes.
Okay, cool.
How are you doing?
Good.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Aloha. And mahalo.
Yeah, pehea oi.
I'm not sure about that one. Is that your welcome?
That's how are you doing?
Oh, okay. I'm doing great. It's great to have you. You're in New York for the Video Music Awards.
Yes.
Which are happening today.
Yes.
Which is a new kind of thing because usually they're on Sunday nights.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Yes. Did you not watch it growing up?
No, I did, and I actually went to the VMAs last year in LA, but I forgot what day it was.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I have a full face of makeup. And
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna
I
go
thought
do
you were
my
just
hair
usually
after
like
this.
this.
No, not really.
Okay.
I actually never wear makeup.
Well, it looks good.
Thank you.
So you're getting all glammed up for it.
Yes.
Bellator is bringing you to New York for this.
Yes.
This makes me think that they really like you.
I hope so.
Right?
Except I do have a bone to pick with them.
Please.
I don't get a +1 to this event.
That's kind of weird.
But James Gallagher outside has a +1 that I just met. And I'm just like, bruh, I'm the champ and I don't even have a +1.
Wow.
No, but I'm giving him shit
So
about
who
it.
are you going with? Are you just
I
the
guess
third
them.
wheel with
Yeah,
James and his
I'm
buddy?
third wheeling with James and his coach, John.
Wow. That is weird.
But I'm actually trying to get a ticket for Heather Hardy.
Okay.
Heather
yeah.
the Heat.
Yes, of course.
She's here in Brooklyn. So yeah, I hit her up or she messaged me on Instagram, was like, you're in town, let's get together. So I'm like, dude, I'm going to try to get you a ticket. If not, definitely the after party.
Okay. And who would you have brought if you had the +1?
Probably one of my girlfriends. I
Okay.
always take my girlfriends with me.
You're a
And
good
she's from Buffalo. So
Okay.
yeah, it would have been fun.
Can I see the back of your head?
Yes.
Let's see it.
Wait,
There it is.
Which one do I turn?
Oh, look at that. That is sweet. You just got that done, right? I saw on your
did.
Instagram.
Yes.
What is I see a lot of women doing this now.
Mm-hmm.
What is that called?
The undercut or the undershave.
Okay.
It's growing up in Hawaii, only butchies would have it, or like
Okay.
lesbians would have
Okay.
it.
All right.
But I guess it became kind of trendy recently, and I actually have been contemplating getting it for years now, but I could never pull the trigger. But I finally did it, and I love it because I used to have crazy baby hairs that would just come out all the time, and now I don't even need bobby pins
Does
anymore.
it feel like freeing a little bit? Like there's like a breeze?
Yeah.
You feel it a little bit?
No, I really like it. And that was the first time I ever felt a buzzer or a razor.
Yeah.
So now it's exciting. I get to go to barbershops now. Before I never could, just salons.
How long does that take?
Probably an hour.
Oh, really? That long?
Yeah.
For just that?
Yeah, but we were messing around, and it was
Okay.
one of my cousins that did it. So yeah, we were just in the garage doing it. So yeah, next time I want to get the full barber experience.
Now, why not do like a pineapple or the top of the pine? Like you're the pineapple princess, right?
Yes.
So why not do something that?
I know, we were thinking about it.
Because I feel like the top of the pineapple kind of fits with that design a little bit that you have.
Yeah. So I have pineapple skin.
What does that mean?
This is the pineapple skin. Like that's what the design is.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
I mean, that's what I call it.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
So
that works.
Yeah, but everyone's saying I should make my hair stick up some way and pineapple.
Have you been called that for a while?
I think since my first fight with Bellator, actually.
Okay.
And the reason for that was because my weigh-in bathing suit was a pineapple bathing suit, and so somebody kind of just tagged me as that. I'm like, actually, that kind of sticks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's not, do people actually call you that?
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Really? Like friends or training partners?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's either Eliminator or
Yes.
yeah,
Because that's your
Pineapple
original
Princess.
nickname.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I went back and rewatched it because you talked about your Bellator debut. I went back and rewatched the soccer mom fight. It's crazy how many
yes.
views that has on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, and that was I believe it was BJPenn.com that posted it first.
Okay.
And then it just exploded. So yeah, I haven't looked back yet. How many views is it?
Oh, it's close to 1 million.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that what year is that? That's
2015, I
15.
believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable to watch, like even before you guys fight. For those that don't know, you're fighting for Explode Fight Series.
Mhm.
Is it outdoors?
Yes.
Okay, it's outdoors.
the chicken coop.
Oh, what is that?
We call it a chicken coop because it's literally someone's backyard.
Okay.
Yeah, up on the reservation. So
Literally someone's backyard.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's like dogs running around. It was actually my favorite venue to ever fight for. That promotion, as crazy as it sounds, it was just so raw and real and crazy, and we couldn't even go to the bathroom. The rule with our team was if we needed to use the bathroom, we had to go with a teammate because it could go down.
Right.
At pretty much every fight that I've been to at Explode, there was always a fight in the crowd and everything. But I don't know. I really liked the vibe to it, and I don't have anything negative to say about them.
Right.
I know that they were shut down and everything. There was a bunch of controversy after my fight went viral, but I started with them, and I wouldn't be here today without them.
How many times you fight for them?
I want to say 5.
You did amateur and then pro, right?
5. Yeah, so I think I did 4 amateur fights and then 1 pro with them.
And that was the fight that got you into Bellator. When you're standing across the cage from this woman who they call her a soccer mom, is she in fact a soccer mom, or just looks like a soccer mom?
She is not a soccer mom.
Okay.
I don't even think she has any kids at all. And she actually fought several times before that I've seen her fight before. And she lost those, but she's just one of those like bar brawlers, basically.
Okay.
They're just like, yeah, I want to fight. And so at that point when I saw her, because I had met her for the first time that day, and I found out she was the replacement, so I was like, okay, whatever's. We waited so long, and I had family that flew up from Hawaii for this, and we got there at like maybe 5-ish. I didn't fight till like midnight. And so by that time I was over it. I didn't even care anymore. I was just like, I want to get this over with and go home. And then that's what happened.
Did she weigh in?
I don't know.
Because there's a massive weight discrepancy there, right?
Yeah.
She looks a lot bigger than you. She's wearing like yoga pants. Her hair, I think, is why people call
the
her
bangs.
She has a sort of soccer momish type of
Yeah.
style. But you see her, you're like, I'm going to smoke this woman, right?
Not really.
Really?
Because she was bigger than me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, technically I was the more sound fighter, but she was also bigger, and she was the aggressor and everything. She was one that kept coming forward. But again, I didn't care because I just wanted a fight.
Yeah.
And that was the nice thing about Explode, was that they would find a replacement every single time.
Sure.
Which is good because
even if it's someone who...
Yeah, because like, especially your amateur career, you just need that cage time experience.
Right.
So that's why I was always very appreciative of them being able to find replacements so last minute.
When you knocked her out, was there any part of you that kind of felt bad?
Yeah, I honestly feel like I'm not a very confrontational person, or and so yeah, I did feel bad, and especially when she didn't get up right away, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, what happened? Yeah, she was down there for a good 10 minutes, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So that was a little scary, and I remember checking her social media afterwards, and she had posted something that said she was okay. So
Okay. Has she ever fought since?
probably not. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I haven't
think
heard
you probably
anything.
Retired her.
Yeah.
Do you think if you fight like some regular looking person that Bellator doesn't call you after, even if you win the same way, but it's not something that goes viral like that did, do you think they still call you?
Yes, because actually we were communicating with Rich prior to
Rich
the
Chow,
fight.
the
Yeah.
matchmaker, yep.
Prior to the fight going viral.
Oh.
So that fight happened, I believe, in like January,
Okay.
but it didn't go viral until April. And it's kind of a funny story why it went viral in the first place. So there was this guy who I think he was basically trying to get Explode shut down. And he also, it was really weird. He got really creepy with me on social media one time, and he
Who
kept,
is he? Just like a fan?
No, he's like a former fighter, and he's a coach in San Diego.
What's his name?
I actually don't even remember it.
Oh, okay.
But,
I thought you were protecting him.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember his name, but he was a tool, and
Okay.
so he just got really creepy with me. And when I shut him down, then all of a sudden this video goes viral. Explode is like under investigation. I'm kind of under investigation too. And we found out that it was actually him that released it, had one of his friends that worked in the media or whatever release it like that. But I mean, it ended up working out. Even though we were already talking to Bellator prior to it going viral, it definitely put me out there with the rest of the MMA community, and the rest of the viral community.
Yeah.
So even though I believe I still would have gotten into Bellator, I wouldn't have had those same views or people watching me.
Is it annoying talking about it still?
No, not at all.
You don't feel like, I've done enough. let me move past this?
No, because I feel like I'm the champ now. So
Sure.
it's
kind of a cool story.
It
So you
is.
started from there.
Yeah.
Did you get in trouble? You said you were under investigation. I remember there were a lot of stories about Explode then shutting down. Did anything happen to you as a result?
No, but it was more so whenever I would do interviews, people would try to catch me slipping or like saying something bad about Explode. And so that's what I was most concerned about, was that I didn't want to paint them in a bad light at all, because again, they totally helped me with my career.
Right.
And I love saying that, like, I started with them and look where I am now.
And have they put on any shows since?
No, they got shut down.
Yeah.
But now it's Cali Cage Wars, which is at the same location. But I'm not sure if it's
the chicken coop.
Yeah, the chicken coop.
Damn.
Yeah, it's so much fun though. I still go to those fights.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
Which part of California?
So it's in Valley Center, which is like Northern County, San Diego, around that area.
Yeah. That's where you live.
I live in San Diego.
Okay, but of course Hawaiian. You've been in San Diego for like 10 years?
10 years
so?
about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The story I always hear about you is that like, oh, you just wanted to lose weight after college and you went into the gym. Is that true?
Yeah.
How do you go from wanting to lose weight to actually doing this for a living?
Well, it was a slow process, I want to say. Just because, the day I walked into the gym.
Which gym?
San Diego Combat Academy.
Okay.
So we're still known as San Diego Combat Academy, but now we're more commonly known as 10th Planet San Diego.
Okay. Same gym you're with now?
Yep, same gym. I walked in. Liz Carmouche was the first person I saw.
Wow.
And, she was working the desk, and then I told them my story, and then I wanted to, get back into shape. So they're like, okay, why don't you try an MMA class? And, they knew that my background was in wrestling. So they're like, okay, well, try an MMA class, see if you like it. So I did, and it was with Manolo Hernandez.
Yeah.
And it was terrible because I was so out of shape. I couldn't even get through the stretches. That's
how big. Do you mind me asking, like, how out of shape are we?
So I was 175.
Okay. And so you fight at 125.
At 125.
You walk around probably like in the 40s?
Like 140.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you were.
Yeah. And so I did the MMA class with Manolo, and it was terrible, but it was a lot of fun. He's hilarious.
Yes.
And so
he's your coach who's always by your side. He's a large fellow,
guy,
dresses up with you. Yes.
Yeah. And so he actually was the one that kept encouraging me to come back. And, of course, like, I felt special, but then I realized that he just has a really good way of making everyone feel special.
Okay.
But it was good, though, because I kept coming back, and eventually, after a few months, he's like, hey, would you want to do a smoker in the gym? Like, I think it would be cool to just, and that's when we go against somebody else from the gym, like 1 minute rounds. It's nothing too crazy. So I agreed to do that, and I won that one in armbar in the first round. And so they're like, okay, why don't you do another one? And so this smoker, he was actually coaching me the whole time. So I had to listen to everything that he said. He's like, don't take her down yet. Like, just stand up. And so after he saw that I was able to listen to instructions, then he was like, I think you're ready to do an amateur fight on the local circuit. And so one amateur fight turned into like 6 or 7.
Now, before you start all this, what do you want to do with your life?
I want to be a teacher.
What kind of teacher? Like a
social studies teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at what point do you drop that? And because like once you're starting, like once you do a smoker, it's still for fun.
Yeah.
But once we're getting into the amateur world, now you're actually on the path to something, right?
Yeah.
So at what point do you drop that and start to focus on this?
So, I was actually in grad school.
Oh, okay.
When my whole amateur career, I was in graduate school. I was going to get my master's in liberal arts and sciences with a focus on indigenous issues. And I ended up finishing grad school a semester early. So I finished it in like a year and a half. So I had that springtime off. And that's when I was like, well, I'm just going to hang out and just see what happens, before I look for a 9 to 5 or a big girl job. And that was when Bellator called. And so the first people I called were my parents. And I asked them if it was okay if I tried fighting for a little bit, fighting professionally, because they helped put me through school. And both of them, surprisingly, were actually very supportive. And they said to go for it now while I'm young and my body can handle it and I can always fall back on my degrees. So I did it. But I still kind of considered it a hobby. I still wasn't sure if this was what I really wanted to do. And it wasn't until my first fight with Ducote, Emily Ducote, that was when I was like, okay, maybe this can be a full-time career. And I ended up quitting my restaurant job that was paying the bills and everything after I beat Dakota. And then I was like, I'm going to dedicate my life to this now.
What were you doing at the restaurant?
I was waiting tables. Yeah.
That's how you were actually living.
Yeah.
Not through fighting.
Yeah.
But now you can do
serving.
it comfortably.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a story. So if you don't gain weight and walk into that gym, you might be teaching social studies or something.
Yeah.
And never doing this.
And it's crazy too. Well, aside from wanting to be a teacher, I was actually in a very serious relationship at that time. And he was actually in the NFL. Oh. And so he wanted me to move out to where he was. And he was actually the one that paid for my gym membership. Oh. So if it weren't for him, I don't think when I found out how much a membership cost, I was like, ooh, I don't know, that's a little steep. I'm a student. But for my graduation present, he agreed to buy me a membership. So
are you still with him?
Shout out to him. No. So we ended up
Chargers player?
No.
Oh.
He was with the Broncos before.
Broncos?
Yeah.
How did you meet?
In college. He
was it John Elway?
No.
No.
This is way too old.
Okay. Who was it? Could I ask? Is that rude?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So he was actually a long snapper.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was a long snapper at State and
San Diego State.
San Diego State.
Is that how you met?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he was roommates with all of the Hawaii boys, so that's how we met.
Okay.
And we stayed together.
You don't want to say his name.
I can.
You kind of. It's fine. You don't have to.
No, it's fine. His name's Aaron Brewer.
Okay.
But he's with the Cardinals.
Oh, do you stay in touch?
No.
Why?
We just had a really bad breakup,
I'm sorry.
He actually wasn't super supportive of me fighting because he's like, "Are you coming out to my game this weekend?" I'm like, "Oh, I can't. I have to train, or like I have to fight." And so, that kind of started. That was when it started going down. And funny story, he actually proposed to his now wife the night of my title fight. I found out that he proposed to her, and I was like, "Oh, cool. I'd rather have my hardware."
Yeah.
It's fine.
Wait, did you find this out before the fight or after the fight?
No, afterwards.
Okay, that's
afterwards.
Good. Do you think that would have messed you up at all?
No.
Okay.
I am so happy for him. I have nothing negative to say about him, and
you're good.
Cool. Yeah, we just do not keep in touch.
Okay. Now you're in a relationship as well.
No.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Somebody even commented that. They're like, watch, he's going to ask you.
No, I thought I read that. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not the prying types, just so you know. I don't know why someone would comment that.
I'm an open book.
Okay,
I'll answer everything. Yeah.
So that didn't bum you out when you heard about that?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Good. You guys are not on speaking terms, but you just found out anyway.
Yeah.
Look at you now. You're a champion.
I know. It's crazy to think.
What has he won?
That back then, well, he won 2 Super Bowl rings, but it's good.
With who?
With the Broncos. Oh, actually, no, he won 1 Super Bowl ring. Okay. So that was San Jose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was there.
In Santa Claus. You went to the game?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because that was we were together.
Okay.
But that was right when we broke up. It was weird.
Okay.
But it was cool. I mean,
he never sent you congrats on winning?
No, nothing.
That's whack.
Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, I'm sure he sees it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
But it's just funny because, he didn't want me fighting. His mom didn't want me fighting. She thought he was stupid. And then I'm like, well, I made it. So.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
Who's laughing?
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, you never watched MMA?
No. It was
BJ
weird.
Penn, all that stuff?
I never watched.
Wow.
And I always say maybe it's because I went to private school. I don't know. It just wasn't something that my family was ever into. We were all basketball players and volleyball players.
You played basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow.
That was my main sport, actually.
What position?
I was point guard. Yeah. And so it was always my dream to play basketball professionally, growing up. And I suffered a really bad knee injury in high school. I had to get a couple surgeries on it. And so after that, I just couldn't play basketball anymore. I couldn't run and cut like I used to be able to. And so I decided to just stay with wrestling, which turned out to be a really great choice.
Yes, of course.
Because, that laid the foundation for everything now.
Which part of Hawaii?
Oahu.
Oh, Oahu. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so not like Waianae.
No.
The slums where Max Holloway is
it's
from.
beautiful out there,
Is
though.
it? Well, he always talks about it being like the slums.
I know. Well, that's the secret. That's why, because they don't want people moving out there.
Oh, they say that.
Yeah.
They don't want the foreigners to come and ruin their thing.
Exactly.
Like where you're from, a lot of tourists come.
Yes. So
annoying.
many. Mm-hmm.
You don't like that?
No, I mean, it's not necessarily. I love tourists.
Yeah.
But I just hope they go home afterwards.
Yeah, at some point. Don't stay forever.
Yeah. It just drives up the cost of living, and it's just crazy. Like I am not planning on moving home again, just because Way too expensive and very crowded now whenever
More
I
expensive
go.
there than in San Diego.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because everything's imported, you know,
Okay,
so even
yes,
just
that's
like a
right.
gallon of milk is more expensive.
Okay.
But yeah, Hawaii, I love it though. I go home 3-4 times a year. It'll always be my home, but just realistically, I don't think I would be able to live there.
You had siblings?
Mm-hmm.
How many?
There's 6 of us total.
6.
Yeah, and I'm the baby.
All from the same parents.
Kind of. So my 2 oldest are from my dad and my mom from their first marriages, but they raised each other. Like it's all just one big family. I always forget that they're my half siblings because we're all so close.
You grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Under the same.
Yep, under the same parents.
A little Brady Bunch-esque, but less
totally.
kids.
Yeah, and we're all super close with their family. You know, their other sides. My parent, everything. It was a very, very healthy family environment and like childhood. Super healthy.
Are any of them into fighting?
No.
None of them fight?
No.
The
Nobody.
baby fights?
Yes.
The baby sister fights?
I was the black sheep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you
Like they
a-
haven't even been in fights, like actual, like street fights.
Wow.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
But nobody fought.
Do they come to your fights?
Yes.
They support
all of them
you?
do.
Yeah, because I see you have like a big like there's a lot of people there supporting you. I don't know who they are, but there's clearly like a good support system that you have.
Yeah. I have the greatest support system. All of my family comes to each fight.
Your dad also has one of the greatest names of all time, Walter.
Oh, yeah.
That's my son's name.
Oh, okay.
It's a great
Cute.
name. I love that name. One of the all-time great
Yeah.
names. And he
He's
was in the
best.
news
He's
earlier
more
this
famous
year.
than I am.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
on CNN. He's in the local news. The crazy thing
He
about
was on
these
a Steve Harvey
stories,
show.
they don't even mention you. They don't mention that you're like the it was like at your like victory party.
belt party.
You're in the back with the belt, but he's that famous that you're kind of like.
I love it though. It's totally fine. I think it's so awesome.
For those that don't know, tell us the story. So Walter and his buddy,
Uncle Robbie.
Uncle Robbie. Tell us the story.
So basically, my dad, he never knew his biological father growing up. He just knew that he was a wartime worker that came through the islands, and my grandma had him. And so anyway, his whole life he's been on a search for him. And recently with like Ancestry.com, 23andMe, all those websites, we were able to get him DNA tests just to see what would happen. So for his birthday, we got him the DNA tests, and a few months later, he gets this really high match that says like, oh, you share half of your DNA with this person. We think it might be a half brother. And when he clicks on the profile and sees the contact information, like the email, he's like, oh my goodness, I think this might be Uncle Robbie, which is one of his best friends growing up. They grew up together at Punahou, played football together, and they were actually classmates because my dad repeated a grade, Uncle Robbie skipped a grade. So they, even though they're siblings, like they were classmates. And it was so funny too, because prior to us finding out all of this, I met up with them in Vegas. I was actually doing something for Bellator in Vegas, and I walked up to Uncle Robbie thinking he was my dad. And he turned around. I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, so they
kind of look alike.
Totally look alike.
Yeah.
And we would always tell them like, guys, it looks like you could be brothers or something. Turns out they are. My grandma had a secret baby back during the war, and it was my Uncle Robbie. She gave him up for adoption and everything. So on top of that, we were also able to find my dad's actual biological father.
Oh.
And turns out he has like 4 other brothers on that side. They all came to my fight at Pechanga.
Oh.
And so it's just been awesome. Like every question my dad ever had, we were able to find out for him. And now him and Robbie, attached at the hip.
That's amazing.
Enjoying the retired life together.
And so did he meet his biological parents? Are they still alive?
No, they're not. Yeah, my dad's like
unfortunate.
74 or something.
Okay.
He's pretty old.
Okay, so you never actually got to meet them.
No, but
Okay.
he was able to meet all his new brothers, and it was a really cool family reunion at my
I
fight.
can't imagine.
Yeah.
And were it's probably hard because they're not alive, but was he able to find out why his mom gave up Robbie for adoption?
Yeah, it was. It's kind of a crazy story. They got to make a movie about it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Basically, she had 5 boys, and the 3 middle ones were the ones that she gave up.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it was just crazy times during the war, and something like her husband was in prison. I don't know. It's all these like crazy dark family secrets.
Damn.
But yeah, so we were able to unravel the mystery and everything. But we totally understand my grandma's decisions with all of this, just because it was just nuts back then.
Was anyone with your dad when he found out?
I believe my sister was.
I can't imagine his reaction.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to find a brother that you have not met or haven't, had any interactions with for 50 years. It's your actual, like, best bud?
Yeah.
He ends up being your brother?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I'm sure you saw, if you watched the videos and everything of the reveal, it was super emotional.
Yeah.
Everyone's crying but yeah, it was perfect. Everyone's like, oh, they took away, they stole your thunder from your belt party. I'm like, no, I don't care at all. This is so much better than I could have imagined.
Incredible. And it was right before Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't script a better story than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then, correct me, then you lose your belt in a fire.
Mm-hmm.
How long after?
A couple weeks.
What burnt down?
So I was in Kauai, which is a different island, and I was for one of my sponsors. They're Aloha Aina Poi company, and so poi is
Yes.
like a
BJ Penn talks about it all the time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think he grows it.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does. Yeah, so he has his own lo'i, which is like a farm for taro, kalo
Okay.
farm. So I'm actually staying at the lo'i with my sponsors, and we're in a traditional Hawaiian house, with thatched roofing and everything. And the plan was we were just going to stay over there and cruise and chill and go to sleep. But of course, I wanted to go out. So I'm like, hey, are there any karaoke bars in the area? So I'm like, oh, yeah, we'll take you out. So we leave, have a great time, come back. It's probably like 1 o'clock in the morning or so. And we're just like, who's burning wood at this hour? And we get closer, and it's the hale, or the house.
Oh.
It's just completely on fire. There was no way we were going to be able to save anything. But I could see the belt where I had left it. And so, yeah, it was really crazy. And after that, so...
Did anyone get hurt?
No
Okay.
one was hurt, fortunately. But, Hawaiians were very superstitious and spiritual. So it was like, we were all like, okay, no, this was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This is a rebuilding process now. It's bringing the community together. So it wasn't too bad.
Okay.
And, everyone was freaking out about the belt, but I was like, it's cool.
I'm assuming they gave you a new belt.
They did. They
Yes.
surprised me. So
Nice.
Thank you so much, Bellator. They're amazing. But yeah, it was a cool experience, but I don't travel with the belt anymore just because I'm all like crazy about.
Superstitious.
Yeah, I didn't bring it with me here, but yeah,
Would have been nice on this day.
yeah, I know. And then crazy part after that. So we're driving to the airport. We don't have anything. All our phones are dead because like the chargers were in the fire. We don't have our IDs, nothing. And we're driving to the airport. We're all covered in soot, and we got to go catch our flight back to Oahu. And I'm like, you guys, this is the craziest trip I've ever been on. And one of them was like, oh, it's not over yet. And
no.
literally the next day, I'm in bed. I finally got to shower. I eat. I'm in bed, right about to go to sleep. My phone starts going off. And I get a text message that says, missile inbound.
Oh, yes.
Seek shelter immediately. This is not a drill. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? What is going on? So
That was the false alarm.
that was a false alarm.
Jeez, what a false
But
alarm.
for a good 12 minutes, we were kind of
What did you
freaking
do?
out. So I was with my dad, and we started closing the doors and the windows to the house, and everyone's calling us and
Oh my God.
crying and freaking out. And then after a while, me and dad were just like, I don't think our house is gonna be able to prevent a blast. So we just went and laid down in bed together and just started saying our goodbyes.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
That's
But it was fine.
horrible.
We're like, dude, we've lived some like awesome lives.
So you're actually to the point now that you think the end is coming.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
For-
Just you and
for us-
Walter.
Yeah.
Chilling.
We're just laying in bed together. We're like, okay, well, we've lived really cool lives.
I want to
Love
cry
you.
listening to this. This is the saddest story ever. And then you get another text saying it's a false alarm.
Yeah. And I was like on social media too, trying to find out everything. And, but yeah, for a split second there, like I really thought we were going to die,
Oh
but I was
my
okay
God.
with it.
How do they make that kind of mistake?
I don't know. But I was like, at least I get to be with my dad.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I'm sure you like really appreciated life after that, right? Because all of a
Yeah.
sudden you have a newfound lease on life. Like that night, you must have been the happiest person on earth.
Oh yeah, we got so drunk
Yeah.
after that.
By the way, are you still hungover?
No,
Okay, because I saw on your Instagram
I
story
know, it was
yesterday.
really
You
bad.
say you're hungover, and then the next story is you drinking.
I know. Well,
Again,
it's hair of the dog. That's why.
you have to. I'm not a drinker, so I don't know this. I've heard of this.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, is she gonna show up? Is she gonna show up? Is she gonna show up? And then she's drinking again.
Because my last interview I did with you, You texted me afterwards, and I was like, sorry, I was really hungover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this a common thing?
No, it's just I'm in New York.
Yeah,
you know?
you're living it up.
Yeah.
Where did you go drinking?
All over.
All over.
I started at brunch, and then I went to Kasai Grappling afterwards to go watch my buddies.
Okay.
And then ended up drinking after that. Yeah, it was bad. I can't drink like I used to.
But you're alone here, or did
Yeah.
you come with friends?
No,
you're
I'm
drinking alone.
Yeah, I don't have a +1. Bellator didn't give me a +1. They gave James a +1, but not me.
So you're going around New York drinking alone, getting drunk alone.
Yeah. But I like to travel alone.
Okay, you like that.
Yeah, and I met up with a couple friends here and there, so yeah, it's fine.
So you're the champ.
Yeah.
They're going to Hawaii.
They are?
I don't know. I was just trying
know.
to like almost like get you to finally. I feel like they're going.
Dude,
I feel like they're gonna beat the UFC to the
nobody
punch.
will tell me.
Really?
I've been trying to ask all the PR guys. I'm like, I know you guys know, but they just won't tell me.
It makes all the sense in the world. They have the connections. Rich Chow used to promote events. I mean, I just feel like it's inevitable.
Scott.
They have you.
Yeah,
Scott has connections there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's happening. I feel like your next fight is going to be in Hawaii.
I hope so.
I have no insider.
I feel like it might be too. And I really don't have any insider thing. Like, I swear I was asking all of them, and I was trying to ask like the lower totem pole guys, like, come on, you can tell me. But no, everyone's being super tight-lipped.
Is lower totem pole guys that like CJ Tuttle?
Yeah,
I'm
CJ
kidding.
Tuttle. He's one of them. Yeah.
There's no bigger fan of yours in Bellator than CJ Tuttle. This guy
I
promotes
know.
you. He's been trying to get you on the show for years. Like, he is on your bandwagon. So you should know that.
Yeah.
You should know that.
No, it's great because I don't know if you know the story about us, but we basically started with Bellator at the same time.
Oh.
And we've kind of like been right there next to each other, climbing the ranks.
I love that.
And everything. So
he's a PR guy for those that don't know.
We're very supportive of each other.
That would be a huge deal to beat the UFC to the punch, to beat Max Holloway to the punch.
I know. I'm going to get him front row tickets. Yeah. He said he would be mad if we'd go in, but I'm like, dude, I'll get you tickets. It's fine.
And now you're getting loved by BJ Penn, right? BJ Penn's coming to your fight and showing you props. I mean, it's all coming together for you.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is. It's just to look back. And this has all happened within the past 5 years. Like 5 years, 5 years ago, that's when I walked into the gym. And so it's just crazy to think about where I've come from. Like, I thought I had my life figured out. I thought I was with the guy I was supposed to marry. I was going to be an NFL wife, you know?
Yeah.
And then now, 5 years later.
You're the champ.
Yeah, I'm sitting in New York.
You did say starting to cut weight, like training camp starting. So what are you cutting weight for if you don't have a fight?
Oh, so I am cutting weight for a dance performance.
Oh.
Yeah.
You left that part out.
I did.
Okay.
You know, but it keeps people interested.
Yeah,
oh, what's going to happen?
What's the dance performance?
So I actually dance Tahitian and hula on the side. And
awesome.
So I get to, there's a big festival coming up that I want to cut weight for. Just so it looks, because we're in our little
yeah. Do you do this
costumes.
professionally?
No, not well, I mean, I can do it professionally, like I'll do gigs here and there, but this is more for fun. This is with my dance group Hiva Katoa. So I'm just cutting weight for that.
Is this like the traditional like wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Do Hawaiians, you've dressed up in the past as Moana, do Hawaiians like Moana, or are you like annoyed by it?
Yeah,
because my kids are dying to go to Hawaii because of Moana.
Yeah. I know. I totally loved Moana, and I thought they did a really good job of bringing in a lot of the cultures of Polynesia and the Pacific Ocean together. And so I didn't have any problem with it. Actually, the voice of Moana, Auli'i, she is Hawaiian. She's from Oahu and everything. So I really liked it.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
And it's not
I mean, it's more of a cultural, it's like a blend
sure
of them.
I love it. I love the grandmother in particular.
Oh, yeah.
She's my favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
So when is the competition?
It's September 22nd.
Okay. So you don't have a fight?
No.
I thought maybe you'd break some news.
But I know that I am going to fight before the end of the year.
Okay. Against Letourneau.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I mean, we've agreed to it. I say the only reason we wouldn't fight each other was if one of us got hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's my next opponent.
And what I respect very much about you is that you have said on numerous occasions, Bellator gave me my shot. I'm not interested in going to I'm not using them as a stepping stone to the UFC. I want to be here.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah, totally.
You're
100%.
not, you don't have a wandering eye.
No.
You feel loved by them. They gave you the shot. You want to be loyal to them.
Of course. And two, I mean, if I were to go over to the UFC, I would basically start on the bottom again. Even with the whole Reebok sponsorships, because they do it by tiers or something, you know. And yeah, like I said, I love Bellator. They were the ones that believed in me, and people are probably going to be like, well, she doesn't want to fight, elite fighters or whatever. She stays with Bellator, and I don't think that's true at all. I think that you know, like you said, Scott, them are amazing at finding like young, talented, the next big things. And so yeah, I've always been super grateful. No, what's it called? No desire to change.
Will you watch their title fight coming up?
Yeah. No, I mean, just because I don't want to fight for them doesn't mean I don't like them. I have teammates that fight for them.
Right.
You know, I go to Liz Carmouche's fight all the time to corner her. I've had nothing but positive experiences with UFC staff and people in the UFC. And I do enjoy watching their fights. I mainly watch the girl fights, though. So I for sure will be tuning into Nico and Valentina.
Who do you think wins?
Probably, I think Valentina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it comes down to experience. But yeah, we're definitely going to be watching too, because Liz could be a contender for the belt too.
Right.
So we are actually trying, and then even my other teammate Pearl Gonzalez,
yes,
she's in Invicta.
That's right.
So it's very feasible that all three of us could have belts.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, by next year.
All from the same gym.
Mm-hmm.
Which celebrity are you most looking forward to meeting tonight? Is there
Tonight?
anyone? Yes.
I hope I meet Cardi B.
Cardi
It's probably
B.
not going to happen, but I'm a really
That would be
big
the
fan.
one.
Yeah.
Top of the list.
Yeah.
You love her.
Yes.
Why?
And I just saw that it was a surprise, but she's hosting tonight.
She's hosting the show?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm probably not going to be able to meet her, but I just think she's hilarious. I follow her on Instagram. She just does not give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
And she's very like authentic to herself, which I really appreciate.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
Thanks, dude.
It's great to have you. I always told CJ, I'm waiting for the right time to have IlimaLei on and after you won the last fight, that was the right time, but like to have a longer chat. And I'm glad we could do it in studio.
Yeah, this has turned out to be a really fun trip to New York.
Yes. I hope you don't get drunk. Are you leaving after the show?
Oh, I'm leaving. They purposely made my flight tomorrow evening because they know that I like to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do plan on doing that?
Yes.
After parties.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to be alone when you do all this.
I think I'm going to be with James them.
Okay.
And the whole crew. Yeah.
And his +1.
Yeah, and his +1, but it's fine. Yeah, hopefully we don't get into fights tonight with all his talking. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know.
saw
I
you
totally
tweet
talked
about
to him. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, thank you very much. Congrats on all your success. Please say hello to Walter for me and tell him how much I love that name. And I hope that you get that fight in Hawaii later this year.
Thank
and maybe
you so
I'll be
much.
there.
Yes.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be
I'll
awesome.
take you around.
My guy Jake is going to walk you out over here. Thank you again and enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
And that's
so
a crazy
much.
tattoo you have on your leg. Wow.
yeah.
I didn't notice that.
And then I have a bunch.
We'll talk about that next time.
We'll do it next time.
All right, there she is, IlimaLei Macfarlane, the reigning, defending Bellator women's flyweight champion. So great to have her here.